we almost done over here? Yeah, you're good. Okay.
You got a minute, go to that first.
And then from there, if you pass those tests, then
Frank, how much time on your clock?
1:50.
1 minute, 50 seconds.
no, I didn't get to. I wasn't here.
Frank, again, your clock is wrong.
I don't have, no, what are those called? Speed coins or time play? No, we don't have any speed coins.
How about under the bed? Lassie.
You didn't recording X?
Yeah, we give money under.
Were you rushing through it?
Buy snacks.
No.
Higher for that?
I would have had the math too, but
Yeah, I was like,
you know the first 20 questions that we just sampled questions.
they gave us sample questions for each and every one of those. And I was like, look, we didn't even have a lunch break. And,
Frank, tell me when your clock is up.
Alright, it's at a minute and 3 seconds. What the heck? What did you just say?
He's got a longer time than I.
Dang, Sharon, sure. How come I got? How come I got? That's all I hear.
I know, you got my phone right here, really tiny. No, because you weren't. Maybe you should put them right here.
I feel like what's that? It's like in the shoulder.
I hear an alarm.
That's not mine. It's not mine.
Okay, did it hurt? We're gonna give them 45 more seconds. This doggo is speed ready.
With his
What?
Hey, during class, during your periods,
Okay, make sure that the person you chose as your presenter is well versed in what you're presenting, okay? We're learning, you're gonna have to learn from each other here.
They know how to write good. Yeah. And like good cursive.
I only learned in second grade.
But was it like in the salon?
Because it was public school, so it was weird.
Come on, doggo, you can do it.
Oh, remember the like a paper and
Okay, let's get quiet. We're gonna start, we'll start with this group because they're actually looking at languages. And it's nice and colorful, yes. All right, so as you're listening to what your classmates learned from their part of the reading, quiet, listen. I want you to think about if there's any misconceptions that you have about the Muslim world, right? Did you know what they're about to tell you? Think about these things, okay, as you're listening. So who's your presenter over here? Balam. Okay, so stand up and hold it up. Make sure your classmates can see it. So you may want to come over here. Or Ismail can hold it for you.
thank you.
Or yeah, you can come up front. That'd be good. Okay, so tell us what you found, Balam.
So we found that there's actually there's many languages spoken in the Middle East. For example, Semitic, which is like Arabic, Hebrew, and Aramaic, all like combined. And Indo-European is Indo-Kurdish, Persian, and American. And Turkic is Turkish and Azeri. And for example, Persian people. Persian is actually written in Arabic, and Turkish is incorporated vocabulary from Persian, and Arabic itself is spoken in a regional dialects that are not always understood. And there's multiple languages that are spoken in the Middle East, which reflected in its ethnic diversity. Most languages come from 3 major language families.
So, did anybody learn anything from that? Do we know who spoke Aramaic?
No.
This was spoken at the time of Jesus. So Jesus was actually spoke Aramaic. Yep. And the name of the language in Persia or Iran today, their Persian people, is Farsi. Okay? Good job. All right. Here you go. pulling them because I want them. So,
Great, Bob, great.
No. Not with that.
quiet. Okay.
Okay, so we did our some culture, family, city, and the globe. And well, to them, family is a very a very important part of their culture.
That's
In the
good.
Middle East, the area society, the family unit is basically mostly with extended family, which include their cousins, their grandparents, their cousin-in-laws, basically everybody that you wouldn't see all together in one house. And then the migration to the cities usually break up the families, like their extended family. And those who live in the city, of course, have the air conditioner, while the other ones don't really have anything. And they go by tradition, like the traditional rope, the galabea, and they work on plotland.
Plot of land. So does that sound familiar to anybody? Does anybody have like family that has been?
That's what
Yeah.
I said.
I know I have family in Mexico. Who else has family, right? All over, like in different places? Yeah. But that sounds familiar, right? That means that their culture is somewhat like something you're familiar with, right? Yeah. Good job, guys.
But
Okay. Oh,
another thing is extended family. It could also mean people living near each other. So if you're in a neighborhood and your house is right here and your cousin lives right there and you're here, that's still kind of extended family.
yes. Good job. Matthew, you ready to go next? Okay, guys. Matthew's going. Alfredo's posing. Okay, go ahead.
The section that we read, the three main things that happened that talked about it was each religion has its own god. So like we have our God, and then Islam, they speak Arabic, so theirs is called Allah. In other places they have like different names for him. And religion plays a large part in our daily life and also government. And for example, like whenever in like they shut down like shops and stuff for like the
They go pray.
yeah, and they go pray for like the Saturdays for the Jewish Sabbath, Sundays for like the Christian day of rest, and they also have like festivals and stuff. Also like Easter, that's also a common one. Easter Sunday, they shut down like the restaurants and the stores and stuff like that because that's when Jesus resurrected. And also a common response in Turkey and Iran of how are you is, sorry I don't know how to pronounce it, but Alhamdulillah, which means praise to God. So when you say how are you, they say that, and it means praise to God. So they meet God their everyday lives. And this eventually became less effective due to ethnic population.
Change. So I think key from what Matthew just presented is that in the Middle East, there are different religions, right? It's not just all Islam. There's Christians, there's Jews, and do all Islamic people speak Arabic?
No.
No, we got different languages too.
Oh,
So it's definitely diverse.
and also, like, the Middle East is also like the birthplace of like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and they're all monotheistic, which means I believe it's like they only believe in like one God.
Yep, exactly. So in the Middle East, this is where Christianity is born, and Judaism, and this belief that there is only one God. If you remember from a couple years ago when you learned about Hinduism, that has many gods, right? Buddhism doesn't really worship one God. It's more of like it's a philosophy. It is a religion in some places, but more philosophy. Good job, guys. All right. Who wants to go next? Back here, one. You go.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, you drew a picture very cute.
Jasmine.
No, just, you can quickly present. We're running a little long on time, so.
Hey guys, the section we had was ethnic diversity at the crossroads of civilization. And the Middle East has been a crossroads for traders, travelers, and empire builders for thousands of years. Most countries in that region are multi-ethnic. And even as diversity enhances the cultural richness, there's still political conflicts. For example, the Kurds, they do not have their own nation state because other countries resist that. It says that they've had political and military attempts to try and get their own nation state, but they failed.
Yeah, they haven't been very successful. And currently, the ISIS is persecuting this particular group pretty heavily.
You see Iraq fought ISIS?
Yes, the Iraqi military is trying to fight ISIS. Good job, that's some good information. Okay, Devin, who's your presenter back there? Devin.
Yeah. Those like, they're good, right?
So you want to be a gangster? You put tears
Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! Devin.
This is just about how in the Middle East they're becoming more like us. Like they've had for the past 200 years, they've had goods from here being sent over there, like clothing, food, and some computers and stuff. And let's see, even like the fashion over there is getting different. They used to wear a one-piece, I don't know what you call them.
A burqa, like you talking about the
Yeah, it's
long
like the one
dresses? Yeah.
And that's sort of like going out of fashion over there. So now it's just like they're wearing jeans, like regular T-shirts, but they still have the traditional headdress that they're wearing and everything. Let's see. It's hard.
I know, you get nervous. All right.
I'll like it. It's sort of becoming a problem over there for the older people, because that's what they were born into, and like they see all the younger people and what they're doing, they're like, this is not right. So they're not fighting it, but they sort of want it out because they want to keep the tradition of everything that they used to do, all the things that they used to wear, just everything that they did. They don't want it to go out of, because that's where they came from, that's how they do it. They don't want to become more Western or more like us. They want to be them.
So they don't want to lose their traditions. Yeah. Nice. Who's question of All right. So all of y'all got a say it in 6 piece paper, and you all have done say it in 6 before. Now, our say it in 6 today, I want you to think about our original question. Do we stereotype Muslim Americans? Now, once you think about that and you come up with your answer, and now that you've learned all of these different aspects about that Middle Eastern culture, about the religion, I want you in 6 words to tell me how you would change that misconception or that stereotype. Because are stereotypes nice? No, it's not nice to say things like that to people. It's not nice to say if you're Mexican, you're not from here, right? It's not nice.
So we're gonna write how we can change that?
Yes, say it in 6. Write it out. And I want, these are going to be turned in. I'm going to read every single one. And I'm going to come by and pick up your papers because I want these. And we have a couple minutes. If anybody wants to share once you're done, raise your hand. I'd love to hear them. I like your earth.
Thank
share their say it in 6?
Yes.
Be brave. Alfredo.
Compare the other stereotypes to the Muslim stereotypes.
That's good. Yeah, because that would make you more aware, right? Anybody else? Isabel.
If you don't know, don't say.
If you don't know, oh, that's excellent. Don't make judgments if you don't know about their culture, right? Awesome. Anybody else?
I don't know if this makes sense.
Inform Americans about Muslims and ignorance.
Excellent.
saying it.
That's excellent, right? Because if we all had a lot of knowledge about their culture, would we have stereotypes? And you know, one thing I meant to bring up, we talked about 9/11 in the beginning, so we know why there's a lot of stereotyping, racism towards Muslims. But we've done it before, right, in the United States? When have we done it? My U.S. history people. Segregation. What else?
Arizona.
Maybe after so what happened in World War II?
Oh, Chinese.
Japanese. We've done it before. Yeah.
It's Angelica.
Angelica, you want to go? Okay. Oh, she's going to say it for you. Okay.
She said, stop preaching the false and negative.
Awesome. Stop preaching the false and negative, right? Tell people the truth. Not all Muslims are terrorists. That makes me laugh or makes me sad when I hear that. Anybody else want to share?
Don't know me, don't judge me.
Excellent. If you don't know me, don't judge me. Yes. We shouldn't judge people just on what they wear or what their religion they practice, right? How they smell. Well, that's subjective. So, all right. So you guys it's actually time to go. So you can